Hey guys, I created 3 games in 4 hours and here's what happened. But before the video starts, don't forget to subscribe and like the video because it really helps me out. So the challenge is I create a game in 15 minutes, 1 hour, and 3 hours. A total of 3 games in about 4 hours. The first one was really difficult, which is the first one we're going to show, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So for the first game, I decided to do a Subway Surfers type game. And the problem is I only have 15 minutes to do this, so I have to do it incredibly fast. So I started out by making a little character controller which has a rigid body and just controls to make you go from left to right. And then it just adds velocity every second, and then every minute adds an extra 1 meter a second of velocity. So as you can see here, I'm under time crunch, so I'm working very fast. Obviously this is sped up quite a lot, but I'm just getting input from the keyboard and then making it so I move left and right. I've also got jump input, which I didn't get quite finished, but you know, it works. And as you can see, the score increases as I go forwards. And yeah, so this first one was pretty simple, but was very hard to do. I originally was going to do a 10-minute challenge, but I soon realized after 5 tries that it was impossible. Okay, so the game is finished. This is now the day after, and I'm just editing the video. But we'll do a test of the game now. Okay, so we're off to start. I'm going to see how much score I can get. Why did I click right? Alright, we did well. 2,400 points is pretty good. Alright, that's the end. But if I had like 15 minutes extra, I could have done a lot more on this game. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, the 1 hour game. This one's a lot harder than you might think, because an hour, you get a lot more time to do it, but it's actually a lot harder because you overestimate what you're able to do. And it's not much longer than 15 minutes. It's only 4 times what you can do in 15 minutes. So, I kind of overestimated what I could do, and I was going to do a top-down shooter game, but I did end up running out of time, so I had to give myself 5 minutes extra at the end. But essentially, I'm just doing really basic top-down movement controls. It's just WASD moving up and down, and then the player pointing to wherever your mouse is. Then I just made it, as you can see in there, the zombies can just detect when you get close to them. That was a mistake. I should have just made it that they always go towards you. 1, it wasted time, and 2, it just kind of didn't work at the end. You'll see when I test it out, but see, we're already halfway through, and I was struggling to get it done. This is very sped up again, but I actually used forum posts to get a lot of the information, because I don't work with 2D often. I usually do 3D games, and whenever I do 2D, I always mess up something, and it's just different. So I use forum posts for like the player pointing towards wherever the mouse is and shooting and that kind of stuff. Anyway, this was a pretty fun one to make actually, and served quite a good challenge. And it kind of set the expectation for what I could do in the 3-hour one. And just quickly on that, I do want to make this into a series, because it was actually really fun to record. Even though it took 4 hours out of my day, it was still fun to record and fun to make. So, yeah. So as you can see, I gave myself 5 more minutes now. I reset the timer. Yep, 5 more minutes. Okay, and that was, I actually can't remember what I did. Oh yeah, that was just to make a spawner for the zombies, because I forgot to. Anyway, let's get into playing it. Okay. Playing the 1 hour, the game I made in 1 hour. So, this, yeah, it's, I mean, it's more complex than the first one, but it's definitely not more fun. The first one actually had more replayability than this, because at least I've done score for, not really for the third game, but for most of these games I've done score. And I've also tried to do different types of games for all of them. This one's definitely, it's the hardest to play. As you can see, my health is going down. That's the one in the center, by the way, if you couldn't tell. I'm kind of embarrassed that I could only do this in an hour. But you know what? Okay, it's not awful. It's not awful. We got a score of 139. I'm happy with it. On to the next one. 3 hours. 3 hours of solid coding. I actually just realized I forgot to start the timer when I was recording. I think I started soon. Anyway, yeah, there we go. I decided to start doing art for the game because I feel like I wanted to, you know, actually do art for the 3 hour one, because then it's more impressive. So the game I made for this was a farming simulator. A little bit, okay, I do not want to compare it to Stardew Valley. It's nothing like Stardew Valley. This is awful. But you know, the thing about doing these challenges is, one, it's improving my skill on working efficiently and fast. So I'd highly recommend you guys do this type of stuff. And second of all, it's improving making games in general, because then you can sketch out a basic idea in 3 hours very easily. It also helps doing things like game jams. So essentially, the whole point of this game is you buy seeds for plants, and then you plant them and wait for them to grow. You might see me cut to Spotify a few times throughout this because I got very bored and I needed Spotify to keep me motivated and happy. So I added like a little shop area and got player movement and all that kind of stuff done. As you can see, these all the sprites I made myself. But yeah, so the way it works is that you buy, I didn't actually implement seeds, but I just made it that you bought the plant again, and you just plant the plant. It's you'll see what I mean when we play the game, but it was a really stupid way to do it, because I just made an infinite glitch as soon as you start the game. So, but again, this is just kind of sketching out an idea and challenging myself to make something in 3 hours. By the way, guys, if you want to see something like this again, hit the like button, because it helps me know how many of you like the idea of this challenge. Anyway, so I'll cut the talking until we start playing, then I'll let you guys enjoy it. Okay, it's at the end now, so let's test out the game. Okay, here we are in the 3-hour game. This is, like, there's a lot more you can do in this than the other ones, so I'll just show you. Essentially, here's what you do. You go up to the shop, you buy tomatoes. Now, I told you about an infinite glitch. You can just keep buying and selling tomatoes, and it's literally infinite. So, yeah, like, I don't know why I did them that you sell them for 3. I think that was an error. Anyway, let's say we wanted to play this legitimately, and we bought a bunch of tomatoes. We can go here, and we can plant all our tomatoes. In the ground, yeah, not, and you can't plant them in regular soil, by the way. You can only plant them in the good soil. So we're planting tomatoes, and other things that are like, I only made one texture for the potatoes and tomatoes and carrots, so they're all the same. And then we wait. Okay, they've grown. Then we can go up to them and we can harvest the tomatoes. And as you can see, we pick the tomatoes off the plant. Yes, some of them are carrots and some of them are potatoes as well. But yeah, then we go over to our shop and we sell the tomatoes. We sell everything, and we make mad profit. Anyway, that's what I could produce in 3 hours. And honestly, I coded it so you can add more. Like, you can add a lot more to this game. If I had another 3 hours, I could make proper animation of the person actually harvesting and planting. So for 3 hours, I'm very proud of this, because if I had another 3 hours, I'd be able to turn this probably into a proper game. So yeah. Anyway, guys, you have made it to the end of the video. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, especially if you've made it this far. Before the video ends, I do want to thank my Patreons, Jaden Barber, David Robinson, and Jared Bud. Also, if you guys want to see a video like this in the future, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Also, leave a comment telling me how it goes. Anyway, have a good one.